This episode is brought to you by SmartVestor. Connect with an investing pro near you at RamseySolutions.com/SmartVestor.
All right, let's go to Lisa in Charlotte. Hi, Lisa. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Yes, absolutely. How can we help today?
So my husband and I, we have between our Roth IRA and our 401k, he has $535,000 and I have $275,000 plus 200 in a CD.
Okay.
And I think we messed up during the pandemic when at the beginning when it took like a big dive, I got nervous because I'm on disability right now. I have lupus bad.
Okay.
And so we're not contributing to our IRA anymore. And so what I did is I moved everything. I kept it in the Roth IRA and mutual funds, but I took it out of the stock market. So it's kind of been sitting there earning a little less interest. So I'm wondering if we messed up for retirement or if we should move it back into the stock market at our age or what we should do.
So the 535 and the 275 are no longer invested.
They are, but not in the stock market. They're more in a secure. I put them in the CDs, so 4 and 5 year CDs. So they're earning 4 and 5% interest.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so not to just lay it on Lisa, but did you make a mistake? The answer would be yes, because I just want to use this as a teaching example that what you did, is pretty normal. People do freak out if they start to see a dip in the market. They're like, oh, dear God, and they pull their money out or they put it somewhere else. And what we always say is the only person that gets hurt on a roller coaster ride is the person that jumps off. And essentially, Lisa, you jumped off because the last, few years have been 23%. I mean, it's been record, crazy. Yeah. So it would have been, 7 times, what you've been making is what you would have earned. So did you make a mistake? I'm going to say yes, because I think long-term investing, you just stay in. Whether it goes down and you get freaked out, just stay on the roller coaster because it's going to go up and down. It's what the market does. But when you pull your money out, if you pulled it all the way out, which I can't tell if quite which, I don't know exactly how that transfer looks.
I didn't pull it out where I'm paying taxes
on it. Yes, so it's still under the 401k,
like
but just in the market. Yes, but what's difficult now is when, because I am going to say yes, put your money back in. You're now going to be buying back in at the top where you would have, you would have lost all those returns. So it's not too late. You can still get back in, Lisa. So I didn't mean to harp on you, but I did want to make that a kind of a teaching point because what you did was very common. People do that a lot, but just not to freak out next time because you guys did lose out on a lot of interest that you could have earned. So what I would do is, yes, I would get back in. How old are you guys?
I'm 54 and my husband's 59.
And 59. Okay. Perfect. Yes.
That's what we're worried about is retirement. Like we don't want to go back in and then worry a little bit about that. But our house is almost paid off. So we feel better about that, but we owe $168,000 left
on your house. Okay. How much do you guys make a year?
So again, right now I'm not. So he makes $122,000 and I get about $30,000 with my Social Security.
Oh, that's right. Okay. Perfect. Okay. That's great. So you guys, it's about $150. And then, so I'm just thinking, at 54, 59, I mean, you guys, it could be another 30 years, 35 years that you guys live, if you guys are, healthy and doing all the things. So that's why you still have a long-term, if you will, time to get back in the market, that even if it does dip for a little bit, a few years, just picture 30 years as an example of what you guys have to kind of ride this out.
Yeah. And if I'm understanding the numbers right, you have $1 million, right? You had 535, 275, and 200.
900 our house is worth, and we owe just 168 left at 2.5% interest. So I haven't been paying that much extra on that right now just because our interest is so low.
Right. But just the CDs alone, the 535, the 275, and the 200, did I get those numbers right?
Yes.
Yeah. So if you're saying, hey, today I'm going to plug in $1 million, that's not bad, right? I mean, of course, keep 3 to 6 months out in cash, but you're going to be just fine.
Okay.
Yeah, put that money in. And I would, Lisa, I think you're a little hesitant to even get back in the market, but I would, because if you think about in your house, you got to get aggressive on that house, Lisa. Even if it's 2.5%, you're making 3% on your CDs. You guys are,
right.
You're paying what you're making, and you're kind of just, you have a wash right now. So yes, I would be aggressive on paying off the house. And then we just talked to a couple. We literally just had a debt-free scream that they paid theirs off, which is amazing. So it can be done. So I'd do that. And then I would even sit down. We have great SmartVestor pros there in Charlotte. And I would sit down with someone and look to see and tell them about a little bit of your nerves around you feel like it's risky. Like you don't want to lose your retirement, these kind of things. Because a lot of people can feel that way. But what I want you to do is listen to someone that you trust, someone that you like, find a financial planner that you actually, I think, personally enjoy, because I think it's important that you trust them, and let them show you some of these numbers, and to be able to say, hey, here's the facts of the track record of the market. With the COVID, I mean, what was the stats? We taught on this. Gosh, it's been 5 years now. But when it went down, I think it only took 9 months to get back to where it was and beyond. Do you know what I mean? So like even that was a quick, when you look at these massive, 08, 07 was a little bit different, but you look at, things like COVID, September 11th, you look at these major events that do take kind of a dip, but then a lot of them return so quickly that the news doesn't talk about it, that it all gets back up, within a few months. So, So I do want you to do some digging and some learning when it comes to it, because it is worth it, Lisa. You guys still have plenty of years ahead of you that you guys could really be making some gains when it comes to your money versus it just sitting in CDs. It'll be a detriment long term.
And I think what will help you with your fear is play it out, not just the way it went down, but play it out in your mind what would have happened if you hadn't made that error. And then you'll see, oh gosh.
The juxtaposition.
Yes. And I think that'll help with some of the nerves to say, well, everybody who stayed in is actually doing better.
Ahead.
Right?
Yeah.
So.
Yep. So, yes.
And then as far as the house goes, you do recommend paying, because I have money in a CD I could.
Yes.
When that expires, I could just pay the house off.
But
I was thinking since the interest rate was low. Okay.
No, I would do it.
You recommend.
Yes.
Okay.
You got to account for the piece part of that. You guys are, your husband's about to be in his 60s. There's nothing better than having no payments in the world and owning the place where you live in.
Okay. Great.
Yep. Absolutely. Thanks, Lisa, for the call. We appreciate it. Yeah, there is that house portion is it's an interesting one, because I think every single person we've talked to, Jade, that sounds extreme, because we've talked to
a lot.
Tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of people that have paid off their home at events or been here on the debt-free stage or contacting us on social or something to let us know. I mean, I have not gotten one message or one comment that someone who pays off their house regrets it.
That's right. No one has ever said, man, I wish I hadn't done that.
I still had my mortgage. Oh, I just wish I still had my mortgage. Because here's the thing, too. You can always go back and get another mortgage if you want to. You can go back and borrow on your house.
That's right.
Once it's paid off. So, and from a mathematical standpoint, the game is that people play that I can make more in the market than what I'm actually, invested in a 2.5% interest rate. But I could be making 15% in the market. Oh my gosh, like I have this huge spread. But what you can't calculate, what you can't put in a spreadsheet or a formula is that peace of mind of knowing that my house, I don't owe anyone anything. And there's something so powerful about the autonomy of our money.
Absolutely. And then I think about, this is just worst case scenario, but I think about the person who doesn't pay off their house and they go into retirement. And suppose you go into retirement in a really down or really low year.
Yes.
Now you've got less money in your accounts currently, and you've got your mortgage and this whole life of debt to keep up. So there are things to think about.
Absolutely. Such a great point. But yeah, Lisa, thanks for the call. And I think you're a great example of what people are feeling and thinking sometimes. And so I really appreciate you calling in.
Thanks for tuning in to Ramsey Everyday Millionaires. Need help with your investments? Connect with a SmartVestor Pro at RamseySolutions.com/SmartVestor or click the link in the show notes. Ramsey Solutions is a paid non-client promoter of participating pros. Learn more at RamseySolutions.com/SmartVestor.